For the viewer mail segment, and our letter this week comes from well, let me just read it here. It says, "Dear Jerry, hi, my name is Tina Bickerstaff." And right now Tina, I'm sure, is going, it's my letter. Tina, it says, "I live in Jackson, Tennessee, and I love your show." Thank you, Tina. "My question is for you." That's me. "I would like to know if someday you will get a partner and go for the Southern Tag Team belts without it being a tournament. Keep up the good work on the show and in the ring. Your #1 fan, Tina Bickerstaff." Tina, that's a good question, because I really hadn't even thought of that. I guess just about every time I have actually tried for the tag team belts, it has been in a tournament. And probably that is because primarily I am a singles wrestler. I just, for some reason, enjoy the single competition more. And as everybody knows, my quest for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's hard to get those kind of matches when you're in a tag team situation. But at the same time, when I have something going on like I do right now with the Freebirds and with a partner like Phil Hickerson, I enjoy the tag team situation. So I may just, if we can end this kind of thing kind of quickly, Phil and I may just try to put our hat in the ring for a shot at the Southern Tag Team titles. That might be a good idea. Tina, we want to thank you for writing in. And just for writing in, we're going to send you out one of these. Where can we show it over? There it is. You're going to get one of these T-shirts from the show. And everybody that writes in, if you have any questions, not only for me, for any of the wrestlers, Tommy Wright, anybody, you send your question along to the Jerry Lawler Show, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee. The zip code is 38104 there. And code, yes, 38104. And everybody that writes into us, we're going to send you out one of those postcards that you just saw on the screen there. So get your cards and letters in. And artwork. We need some artwork. We're looking for all those artists out there to send in some pictures. Look, this is my good side. Draw one of those, you know, that kind of thing. Send those things in. And speaking of, I was going to say speaking of drawing, we've got a card Monday night that should draw a lot of people into the Coliseum, because it is a super list of matches. And speaking of those matches, we want to take a look at them. Right now, if you're down there at 8 o'clock, you're going to see young Tommy Montana go against the jerk of all jerks, Tom Branch. Here's a guy who, if anybody deserves a good beating, he's the candidate for it. And Tommy Wright, who we just had on the show, is going to be taking on Jerry Bryant, local Memphis favorite here. That should be a good match also. And then the next match are going to be the O'Reilly brothers, and these guys are causing quite a sensation. Young, good-looking brother team, and they really have done a fine job in the ring. But they've got their work cut out for them, because they're going to be going against probably their toughest opponents to date, Bowtie the Witch Doctor and the Spoiler, and I see that they're going to have Tom Branch managing them down there, so that should be a good match. And then the next match on the card is an AWA Southern title, and as you can see, or as you probably heard yesterday, this will no longer be a Southern title match, and I don't know how the Vitafont didn't get changed there, because, and maybe an upset or whatever, Taurus Bulba no longer has the Southern title, as you know, but he will still be wrestling Tojo Yamamoto down there at the Coliseum Monday night, and that should be a slam bang affair there. Tojo against Taurus Bulba. And then the grudge match. Excuse me here. Yes, there we go. Grudge match, Coco Ware and Billy Travis taking on Ron Sexton and Mr. Class. And if Ware and Travis win, they're going to get 5 minutes alone in the ring with Buddy Wayne. And there are a lot of weird things you could do to Buddy Wayne in 5 minutes. So I'm going to be looking forward to seeing Coco and Billy Travis win that. I know they've got some pretty strange ideas for that if they win that match. Then we've got the big six-man tag match that I'm looking forward to that we talked about yesterday. The Fabulous Freebirds. This is going to be Gordy and Hayes and Buddy Roberts. They're going to all be in here. We don't have to worry about any of those shenanigans that they pulled last week. All three of them will be in the ring, and they're going to be going against Phil Hickerson, myself, and as our partner, the Mongolian Stomper is going to be returning to Memphis. So that should be quite a pairing there. And, of course, then the big main event, the AWA Southern Tag Team titles are at stake. No time limit, no disqualification, and no stopping the match because of blood. There's going to be no countouts. There absolutely must be a winner no matter how wild a match gets, no matter if it fights out on the floor, up into the stands, no matter what. They're going to go until somebody gets pinned, and it's going to be the Fabulous Ones against the Sheep Herders for the Southern Tag Team titles. Super card down there at the Mid-South Coliseum. That's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and we want to see you down there, okay? And speaking of our match with the Freebirds and everything, we're going to show you a little bit of the action of how this all came about. I think some of the, I think we have a little clip of Michael Hayes when he ran into the ring on my match last week with the garbage can, and then a little action from Monday night. So let's take a look at that right now.
Of that martial art technique that Bowtie does have and can cut loose with it whenever he wants to. He wants to right now. Look out! There goes the strap.
Here comes the king. Well, he's doing more than curling the fingers. He hit him with a fist a couple of times. He had been hit enough. Lawler up on the ropes. The smash.
He airmailed that right hand. 1, 2, and Boda's let go. Did he get it?
Yeah.
He got it. But look out. Who is it? Michael Hayes. The Freebird, Michael Hayes, throws in a trash can. Ooh. And flattens it over Lawler's head. Good night. Come on, get somebody out there. That goofy son of a gun. He didn't even hide his face this time as he has before when Lawler lost the title. Michael Hayes comes running in there, nails Lawler with a trash can in there. That's the way to attack him when he's not looking and somebody else is in there and he's battling in there. Get up.
Now see, you better learn something, Jack. You better learn it quick. When you mess with Bad Street, you're messing with the worst. And the Freebirds ain't nothing to be messed with. So you understand this? If you think this was something, man, you wait till the next time we meet.
Yeah, well, he talked about the next time we were going to meet. I was just pretty anxious for that down at the Coliseum last week. And then he conveniently didn't even show up. He sends in the other Freebird, Buddy Roberts. So it wound up Phil Hickerson and myself going against Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts. And I sent a little message here to Buddy Roberts that I sent a message actually to Terry Gordy via, let me get this right, sent a message to Michael Hayes via Buddy Roberts, as you're going to see here in just a second. And I understand now that, Michael Hayes is upset about it, and he's going to be down there.
Puts the fire to Buddy Roberts.
Just like you did me, you burn him. Well, I'm going to tell you what Terry told you before. You mark my words, man. You don't play with fire. You play with fire, and you get burnt, Lawler. And you've pushed me to the edge, man. You've pushed me far beyond, because I'm going to tell you what, it's a real waste of time. My time, my brother's time, to come down here. But I'm getting this thing over with quick, because I'm sick of coming here. And from now on, it will be all three together. And you ask anybody, any six-man tag team around, nobody comes through on us. Nobody walks down Bad Street. Because if you do, there's going to be hell to pay. And speaking of hell, it seems like now I've got to leave heaven to come back to hell. Then you're going to burn.
Heard it there from Michael Hayes. As he said, all three of the Freebirds are going to be in the ring down there, and if he's looking for a combination that can stack up to him, I think we found it with myself, Phil Hickerson, and without a doubt one of the toughest men that I've ever faced in the ring, the Mongolian Stomper, returning to the area. So Michael Hayes, you can talk about the Freebirds all you want to, but as I've said before, I think some bird feathers are going to be flying down there at the Coliseum Monday night. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're going to fly out of here for just a few minutes. We'll be right back with more of the show after these words. We are back on the show, and our time is just about out, so apparently we're going to have to kind of postpone Arnold and his army for next week. But what we are going to do is we're going to check in on some of these arguments that are going on around the major leagues in baseball, and, well, we're going to set it to music, a little opera, if you may. Who says we have no class on this show? There was a little bit of it right there. Hey, I tell you what, we want to thank you for being here today. That is all the time we have. And I also want to thank everybody for turning out at the world's largest family picnic that was held last Monday out at Shelby Farms. All the WMC stations would like to thank you for attending. Great time was had by all. I would have liked to have been dunked out there. I sat in the dunk tank for about 30 minutes, and nobody could knock me in the water. Apparently not too many ball players, but maybe we'll try it again next year, okay? As I said, we'll see you Monday night down at the Mid-South Coliseum, and we'll see you right back here for another Jerry Lawler Show next week here on TV5 at 11. See you then, everybody.
Brought to you in part by Federal